Yeah,
I give 𝐀𝐄𝐃 a pass on this one. This is rare, but
it's weird that he would even be booked for it though.
For the Roots,
yeah,
that is weird.
I think they looked at his numbers and just thought that was going to translate on a universal level, and it doesn't always work like that.
We probably would have done better there.
DJ Akademiks had his live podcast stage, and it bombed. There was a video of him with about 8 people in the crowd as he was interviewing someone.
I mean, this is freaking Akademiks.
But my question is, with a guy that is that popular, why would this happen?
Because ain't nobody come to see you, Otis.
Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis.
Oh, it's very
simple as that.
You got to break this down for me because this dude is beyond popular.
He is.
But he's at the
YouTube.
Roots picnic.
It's a podcast at a.
They have podcast stages.
Yeah, but it's the Roots picnic, right?
It's the Roots picnic.
If it's a little Yachty, or I think little Yachty picnic, or something that's more Gen Y or X. I don't know what letter we on now. Maybe, but like people who like the Roots don't really. They're not checking for Akademiks. Like
I saw somebody say that Uzi was performing around the time that he was on the stage, so maybe that pulled people away. But Uzi performing at the Roots picnic, that's not his fan base. If it's
he's from Philly, though.
He is from Philly. He is from Philly, but
and you got a song that's across the board huge.
Yeah,
that's fair. That's fair. I just didn't think. I didn't think about that.
And maybe this is just me as a consumer. Even though we do a podcast, I still haven't wrapped my mind around the appeal to live podcasts. Like if I was going to go to like a festival event and, the new old heads were doing something, but then there was like live music over here. I don't know. I feel like the live music is
that
more
distracting?
I just feel like the live music is a little bit more interactive. It's a little bit more interactive. There's a little bit more to it than just people sitting around talking. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's just demographic wise. But
do you all believe that if we were talking about sports, if you want to do an analogy, do you guys think that podcasters can get big enough to have stands like athletes or like
absolutely
artists where people because I saw Rory and Mal had one and it was packed out there.
But was it?
I mean, 85 South show.
Theirs are packed.
Tours.
Yeah, theirs are packed.
But these are podcast shows, though. These are podcast tours, podcast festivals. This isn't like a festival with a podcast performing.
Yeah, stuck
you know
on
what I mean?
on the B stage. No.
Okay.
Yeah.
I probably wouldn't be going to see a live podcast either at a concert. Now, if it was like a podcast convention, of course, that's what I'm here for.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or if they separate it during this portion of the night, there's going to be podcasts.
Yeah.
And then there's going to be live music. But you really can't compete with
live music.
A live music artist going on at the same time as you're trying to shoot your show, unless they're featured on your show.
I mean, I remember back when A3C, when we performed a couple times and then we did like the media stuff there, they had specific days that were just dedicated to media and talk and interviews and stuff like that. So it would be like the Wednesday and Thursdays, and then maybe at the nights they would have like a little concert or something, but it was focused on that thing. So
I saw people dragging, I'm not an Akademiks fan by any means, but I saw people dragging him for the response. And I'm like, I'm kind of thinking about the dynamics. One, you guys make a great point about the Roots, but it's live music and it's going on simultaneously with him being on stage. That's a lot. You know what I'm saying? To get people to hone in on just listening to him talk. So,
we've actually done something similar to this at Treese before.
Mm-hmm. We did.
And
Orange.
But it was more so kind of live and then talking to artists as well.
Yeah. We did have that.
So it wasn't just an official podcast.
But it was also made into an episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just kind of a live
I think
thing.
Orange is a good comparison because there was a lot of stuff going on around Orange when we were
That's true. Orange was a little bit different but we were like placed in between like booths of like beer and other things. We weren't next.
It's artsy.
It is artsy.
People are coming to get an interactive access or experience.
Good point.
Versus it wasn't just music. You had, all kind of stuff to indulge in.
Yeah.
Because people did stand around and were kind of watching us to kind of see what we were doing. I do remember that.
Yeah.
And plus the main stage was outside.
But did we have like a whole bunch of people standing listening to us talk for the entire No.
They would come in segments. They would come listen for a little while and then go on find something else to do.
That's what I feel like the retention is hard for those type of events. But so I say all that to say that it's fun to clown on Akademiks, and I'm perfectly fine doing that because he deserves all of that.
Facts.
But I don't know. The fact that he had like 7 people, it's funny. But,
it's very funny.
But I get it.
I can't really clown him. I'd love to, but the dynamics when we break it down, it's like, I give 𝐀𝐃 a pass on this one. This is rare, but
it's weird that he would even be booked for it, though.
For the roots?
Yeah.
That is weird.
I think they looked at his numbers and just thought that was going to translate on a universal level, and it doesn't always work like that.
We probably would have done better there.
Yeah.
That's a good point. I initially thought, though, because you notice when we opened, I talked about the numbers. I'm thinking this dude got 4 million subscribers on YouTube. I know he's everywhere, X amount of deals, and you just, in your mind, you think that translates. And you just think you can put that anywhere and it's going to translate. Right. But this proves that, that's not always the case.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, and the thing is, the people who he might have ran into he might have ran into more people who said they were fans of the show than who actually came to see his podcast. It's wild. I don't know if you guys have experienced this. Like in the last week, I've run into more people who have said, "Hey, I like your guys' show."
That's dope.
There was just a guy on Saturday who came in and I thought, man, I don't take requests from dudes. He's like, "Hey, are you from the new old heads?" Like in the middle of the set.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah. He's like, "Hey, man, you guys do a great job. I listen to podcasts every week."
Nice.
Or I watch, because that's how he knew who I was.
Right.
And then I ran into a couple people at '𝐀𝐿 on Tuesday who didn't know each other, but they knew who I was and what we do.
Really?
And they were telling me things about the show and things they liked, the things they disagreed with as far as our takes, But, does that translate to them coming to watch us at an event where there's a concert?
Might not.
It might not. So shout out to
what artists are performing.
Yeah, shout out to those people. And, shout out to my man, Morris Thompson. I went to high school with him. It doesn't matter what I post on Facebook. Morris will always drop a like. So shout out to my
Morris,
man,
appreciate you, Morris
Thompson. I appreciate you, brother.
Yeah, that's dope feedback, though, Jay Moore.
Yeah. It's just cool because, you think, because of course we look at the numbers and we see that most of our fans are not from where we live, and then when you have people run up on you who don't know you, at first it's a little jarring just for people to come up to you like that, but then you realize it comes from a genuine level of appreciation and you're like, oh, okay, cool.
When it's genuine, it makes it that much better. I'd have been smiling like that 𝐀𝐿 meme I'll be sharing all the time when he be cheesing. I'd have been cheesing.
Think about it though. We do reach about 80,000 people every week.
Talk to them, Lon.
So that's a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
And most of those people, we don't know who they are. So
no.
It's like,
salute to everybody that stopped Jay Moore and told him that they like the show. We appreciate y'all.
Do we have any commentation from Freddie Gibbs, is what he's called, Akademiks, from this show flop at all? Did you pull up any of that?
Vengeance is in the hands of the Lord.
Yeah.
Is that's
there's another one with a link though, Lon. I don't know what the link is.
Oh, it's so there's a picture of him and it just says, "Damn."
Oh, with a picture of the crowd.
A video of the crowd.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
It's literally like 8 people.
I'm seeing it right now. There's like 7 people. Wow.
Wow, they went to a lot of effort. It's not like this was just like
the stage looked fire.
In a little room or something.
Yeah, the stage looks fire.
Oh.
There's nobody. Yeah,
there's nobody there.
Yeah, well.
Oh wow.
Looks like an empty infield.
Honestly, when you said we might draw more people than that, I think you're right.
I mean, we could at least got 10.
Well, here's the thing. I'm thinking about it like this.
We'd have got 10.
At our live show, we had more than that.
That's true.
Yeah, that's true.
I think too. I think our demographic and the things that we talk about fits the Roots picnic 100%. Aspect a lot more than what Akademiks does. So 100%. I feel like the people there would, even if they don't know us, they probably would gravitate and be interested in what we're talking about.
Yeah. So whoever's doing the booking for next year's Roots picnic, holler at us.
We'll send you some stickers. In fact,
maybe even a nice mug.
And you know what? That's why I keep stickers on me, because I'm like, oh man, I appreciate that. Here's some stickers.
We got some overseas stickers now.
We're dropping stickers all over the place.
Yeah.
Passed out a whole bunch of them to my Spanish-speaking friends.
I
hope they do the research and come on home.
Yeah, if anybody ever ends up in Baños, in Ecuador.
In where?
In Ecuador.
No, with the
Baños.
Okay,
Baños.
there we go.
Yeah, if you end up and you find the Baños sign, take a picture and.
What's Baños mean?
It means bathroom, but technically, I think that's like the holy water. Washing, I don't know. There's a whole thing.
Yeah, don't get the line up here. There'd be some Spanish people.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
true. Yeah, be careful.
Well, I mean, my wife was trying to explain it to me, and it was something along the lines of like, I was like, why do they call it? Why is the name of the city bathroom? Was really my question. She's like, well, it means like, I don't know, kind of what I said, something with the holy water, and so it's not like bathroom.
Crescent toilet water.
Exactly, something like that.
All right.
Somebody help us.